Great to hear all three speakers this evening talk, and for me it's been like a bit of a free benchmarking exercise tonight to listen to the three presentations. I think one of the conclusions that I've drawn out of all three of those presentations is that it's good to hear that we've all got very similar aspirations, albeit that we've got quite different characteristics of some of the schemes that we're trying to deliver. As Liam alluded to earlier, Lime Street Station, Maid Marian Way could quite easily be Lime Street, but just in a different city. Chris mentioned as well about bus-dominated streets. I've made on my notes here, we can certainly relate to that. And that's obviously something that we are seeking to change, and we're seeking to change that quite quickly through the work that's ongoing through the strategic investment framework, and of course through the growth deal funding that we've been very successful in drawing down, allocated to us in July, over 51 million that's going to come into three areas. The city centre, North Liverpool key corridors, and the waterfront itself. So that's a great opportunity for us to equally seek to move away from bus-dominated streets and create that sense of place, which I think was equally a statement that was made perhaps in Alistair's presentation. I thought Alistair's presentation was great. I was very interested to know that Alistair has arranged to get a cycle route put in from his house all the way through to the city centre. I've actually made the note to self here, is that allowed? I'm sure that should be some sort of declaration of interest around manipulation of council finances, but good to see that officers can certainly improve their route from home to work. Again, that sense of place, certainly something we can most definitely relate to, and something that we're working very hard on to work on, with the projects that I alluded to earlier. Bruce's presentation again, very interesting. I've made a note here. Loads of money. It was like watching Harry Enfield at the beginning there with all that cash, shown on the screen. We're obviously very. It would be great to have access to what I would call the treasure chest. I think Liam made reference to TFL earlier on, and again I've made a note here. It's quite easy to fund those kind of investigations when you have access to that level of funding. Jerry mentioned earlier on about rebalancing that, and Liam has obviously made a statement at the end, and we would obviously be very keen to see that. I think one of the great points that was made there was about having a comprehensive vision and strategy, and we're certainly on the same page there. That's something that we're working very hard on at the minute, is to seek to find that long-term vision for the city centre that can hopefully lead us to deliver these sort of what I would call short-term projects that we've got in terms of growth deal, but that can actually lead us on to being very clear to the DFT about what the priorities are for the city, leading up to hopefully the medium and more longer-term vision, which is certainly to have a high-speed link, all the way into the city centre. Again, just touching on one final point made in Bruce's presentation about the orbital tunnel. My view is it doesn't hurt to have a vision, but I certainly agree that I'm not entirely sure that will ever become reality. Thank you.